Well, hopefully people join me soon, because this is boring all alone.
Yo.
Hooray!
We're migrating.
Here we are.
Good, people are here. Hooray!
I'm not reading nearly enough for all the books but I'm counting on, since I'm only working full time
What about the chat,
till
though?
the end of
The YouTube
July. I'm counting of like reading more stuff come summer, especially during 2 weeks I'll be in Italy. So
well, my New Year's resolution was to read a bunch of classic novels, and I think there are about 15 books on there. I think I'm on the 6th.
My goals for the
Wow.
last
Well
couple of
done.
years were always like 15 books a year, so like one a month, and like a couple additional for like the 2 to 3 weeks I'm on holiday where I get to read more. So I got up until like 12 about like the last 2 years, so I'm content with that. Like once a month while doing school and work is like okay for me. I don't know how people who work full time do like one book a week.
Can you? Well, I read on my break at work, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just
Also,
consume too much other. I just consume too much other media to like also read. I listen to too many podcasts and stuff like that.
Well, I watch a lot of TV. I don't really do podcasts, but I have actually, one of the reasons I did this year is I've been very terrible about reading recently. Like the
same.
past few years, I just like haven't really read books. So that's why I wanted to do this year, and it has worked.
Julie, say something.
It took me 3 months to read the first book.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yay! Okay.
Rebby!
Yeah.
Come on.
Rebby!
Come on.
Doggy!
Oh my gosh, it's a dog.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wonder if
So
Nathan.
excited.
I wonder if Nathan's dog and the dogs that live here with me would get along. That's an important question.
I don't know. Renly's scared of everything, so 50-50.
Oh.
Those two are quite rambunctious with each other. So
He's scared of cats even. Well, he gets along with cats. He just gets scared.
That's so cute.
But many dogs are very afraid of cats, though.
And he's
the usual.
scared of like my pressure cooker, the vacuum, everything in my house. My
pressure
broom.
cookers are pretty terrifying.
Pressure cookers are going to rise up and kill us all. So
Once the steam like goes out, he's like, "What? What was that?" Freaks out. Poor thing.
That's so cute.
Really wants to know.
My neighbors, like one of my neighbors are on holiday in Florida for like the next 2.5, 3 weeks. So I'm like feeding the cat and taking in the mail and like bringing out the bins and stuff. And I've been doing this for like the past 3 or 4 years for them, and like only now the cat is like on the level where she lets me pet her, but only because she knows I give her food.
Oh.
She's not a very cuddly cat.
yeah, I left my old job in the end of September last year, and I just found out that I get to go back and work for them again, which is very, very exciting. But I went there yesterday, and the dog doesn't remember me, so that's gonna be fun getting the dog used to me again. Because it's one of those dogs that, like, when he doesn't know you, he like flips out. But as soon as he knows you, he's like the most chill dog ever. He just like sleeps all day. So
What do you work
it's gonna be
with?
fun. I'm a nanny. So
Oh,
I
you're a nanny. So what does that mean? For tiny kids or?
Tiny kids that are too young to go to school. Actually, the older one goes to school, but only a little bit. Not real school, just like where they go and
it's
play with.
Instead of kindergarten?
No, like younger than that, because
Oh, wow.
kindergarten here is not until
When-
you're 5.
Whoa, okay.
They don't.
Kindergarten
They don't.
here
Wow.
starts when you're 1.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't.
Yeah,
have
no.
that in the U.S.
You start preschool you can start preschool at 3.
Yeah.
But that's still
Well, you
quite
can start
late.
preschool. You can start preschool.
How do women get back into work?
They
If
don't.
you have to
Yeah.
Oh,
Too, but it
And there's
usually
no
just
paid
leaves
maternity
some
leave
people
either,
burning.
so like you're just screwed if you have a kid, basically, unless you have
Oh,
like
no.
someone to babysit you. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Daycare.
hire me.
There's daycares though. Like a lot of preschools
Daycare.
have
Yeah.
preschool and daycare, and so you can send your children to daycare, and they just get taken care of, and they
Julie, the U.S. isn't a socialist country like we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's true.
We're not nice to our own people.
What about daycare?
Oh, I was wondering, do
answer.
daycares take like little teeny kids? Like
Yeah,
itty
the daycare that I worked at went from 6 weeks to 5 years.
oh my
So-
god.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's
That's what happens
and
when
we
you don't
had
have
some
paid
6
leave.
week old. That's what happens when you don't have paid maternity leave.
Yes.
But no,
Ugh.
one of the other teachers at the daycare would complain about parents that went to work and sent their kids to daycare. I'm like,
What are the
your job would not
alternatives here?
exist. Your job would literally not exist if moms just stayed home. Like, that was her complaint. She's like, these moms need to stay home and watch their kids. I'm like,
Yeah. For what money?
That's dumb.
Yeah, where's the money?
In Germany, it's really interesting because, like, daycare is one of these things where you can clearly see the divide in East and West. Because Eastern Germany used to have, like, a really proper daycare system for women to get back into work, like, relatively soon after they, like, had their kids and had maternity leave. Like, usually, like, about, like, half a year to a year after, usually, like, about a year, like, maternity leave for a year and then give your kids into daycare and go back into work. So all these like jobs were there and all the buildings and facilities were there. And in Western Germany, especially like in the south and like Bavaria and stuff, they really struggle to find, like, they don't have enough daycare places for all the kids like these days because there aren't as many facilities there because they didn't, like, people, the state didn't build them like decades ago. So the norm was just to stay at home when you have a kid, and now women are like starting to like not do that anymore. They don't want to stay at home. They can't stay at home because they have to work. And they're like really struggling to provide the adequate number of childcare places. Which
everyone just like explodes in happiness. All right, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back so I can be back for the six.
Oh heavens. Okay. So you guys want this then?
Yeah, we
Yes.
Okay. It's in the Twitter chat now. Okay, and I'm gonna hop out of here, and I
Hannah,
will be back when
stay!
you're done.
Hannah, stay! Hannah, don't you have lines? Doesn't she have lines though?
Ridiculous.
He does have lines.
She does, and she never
So can I be
stays.
Hannah? Can I be Hannah? Because I'm dead
Yeah.
anyway.
Sure. Prepare your jimmies.
Oh, I haven't read the last one, so I might be unprepared.
Uh-oh.
I
Julie!
Don't kill me!
We need more people in here.
But I haven't had the time.
You'd
And then now I had the time and I forgot.
You'd have to read it. You should just watch us reading it.
Yes.
Well, I like this fanfic so far. The first sentence.
Where did she send it?
Oh wait, I'm not. Okay.
Twitter chat.
Ah, okay.
I was like, what sentence? I don't see a sentence. Okay.
Very Jimmy.
Okay. Well,
Where we're starting, is this the whole thing? No.
No, it'll be
No,
just
it's
a
not
new
there
part.
yet. She's gonna post it.
Prepare our jimmies, okay.
Paste.
I'm ready.
Copy. Paste it.
come and lead.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ruby, you sounded like a little kitty for a second.
Oh, still not there.
Also, I left my room and my mom was like, "Who are you talking to?"
People on the internet.
I'm like, Mom, discuss this.
My parents don't even ask anymore.
It's there, guys.
You'd think my mom would.
Oh,
Nick, are you reading all of this stuff?
I can, yeah.
Wait, where
Are you gonna be
What are you guys
the
reading?
author's note, dude?
Sure.
Oh, it's
What are
in
you
comics.
reading?
Oh, I have so many lines. I don't know if I can do this.
Oh, I see it.
do we do have to decide then?
Hannah, can you indicate the
Who's
lines
who?
that are
Comic
lines?
Sans.
No, we'll.
With
I think
colors
we'll
or
just
something?
we'll just have to see while like
Wait, where's
reading.
the?
Everybody has to read along, and then they'll see when they have to talk, I guess. And if the person is not there, we'll have to like distribute then and there.
Yeah, just shout if you want to be someone who's not here.
Damn.
I'm just afraid I'm gonna miss my cue and then make you wait. That's my line. Oopsie.
If you do, I'll shout at you.
Thanks.
We'll shout. It's fine.
Okay, so Nick is narrator.
Yeah, I guess so. Are we ready? Sorry.
Where's the link to this thing? I don't have it.
Twitter
In the
chat.
Twitter chat.
Oh, in the Twitter chat. All right.
Twitter chat.
So, looks
Hot
like
second.
Ooh,
at least to begin with, Marilee and Rebby will have to be different people because they're currently
I'm
dead.
Hannah.
Yeah, I figured.
At least in the beginning, are you
I-
counting
I-
on them not being
Well,
permanently dead?
Abby
Well,
came back to
Abby
life
came
in the
back.
last part.
I will
Yeah,
be
that's
very.
true.
I will be very sad if I don't come back.
Abby came back to life by kitten attack?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Was that the thing?
Judy, there's so much you've missed. So much.
Yeah.
No, but I remember all these things. I was here when we read the thing
Oh,
2 months ago.
that was the last
Oh, yeah.
That was
installment.
the last one.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was the last
There
experiment.
hasn't been
Okay.
anything
Great.
since.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 months
Right,
ago,
okay.
when the next day I woke up and couldn't talk anymore.
Why? Are those things related?
No, not really. I had strep throat.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Oh, I can only view this. I can't edit it.
No, you're not
I was
supposed to edit.
hoping that I can color in my lines for myself.
It's perfect the way it is.
But
you
I'll
can- you
highlight
can-
it for everyone.
You can highlight it if you want, like just by
Yeah.
choosing them. But I don't know.
Yeah.
You already
Apparently I'm really
Especially
early.
you have lines.
Cool.
Well chosen.
Okay, so I think we've settled everything, Nick.
Are we? All right.
Ooh.
Reminder. This is intentionally awful writing. Please do not judge my writing based off of this. Last time on the Untitled Arundel fic, Nyla Tottenham Hotspur Vulgasaurus Khan arrives in Missoula, Montana to join her friends and family in Arundelville, including her lovely husband Marcus. Disaster strikes when Abby is found dead in the snow after being surrounded by a dark cloud. The Arundelville gang plots revenge over burritos before the darkness returns to murder several more people. In a fit of rage and confusion, Gavi runs out into the snow and is attacked by the responsible people person, but miraculously survives. The gang returns again to figure out what to do about the problem. Then suddenly Gavi, who claims to suffer from visions of another universe, bursts into the room, telling everyone that he has news and that no one can truly be responsible enough to avoid what is about to happen. The darkness comes once again. Currently dead, in case you want to keep a running tally, Marilee, Callie, Drew, Rebby, Hannah, Steve,
Wait,
Denise,
Hannah's dead?
and Caitlin.
Okay.
And now the continuation.
Oh, Abby, hey.
Chapter 7, Aftermath.
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
Oh, you can talk.
I can talk. I figured it
You can
out.
join.
Yay.
Can talk.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Chapter
Who's up?
7, Aftermath.
Am I supposed to be reading
I think
normal
you-
bits?
I think,
think
yeah.
so. And then I'm also reading said blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, let's go. So when the lights returned to my tiny house, everyone looked around to make sure that they were still in one piece. Garvey was laying on the floor looking very pale, but otherwise fine. A murmur ran through the room. Who wants to be Kyla?
Kyla's here.
Oh, Kyla, where are you? Kyla! Kyla!
Oh,
We can't hear Kyla.
yeah, she's talking, but we can't hear
You're
her.
silent.
Kyla, no.
No, she's lagged.
It's gonna be a great line once she gives it.
The anticipation.
The anticipation.
You get me.
Restart her internet.
no.
Goodness gracious.
Wait, I might be able to log in. Hold on.
Wait. Kyla, don't do anything drastic.
Don't pull the trigger.
This has took a dramatic turn really quick.
Literally holding my breath.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
Alright, go.
You have to kick her out.
I shouldn't have to kick her out. She should just be able to close.
Oh, okay. Because there used to be a time when I had to be kicked out.
That's just you.
It's just it was disruptive to the hangout. I had to be kicked out.
You were being a creep. No, I have no idea.
I was being a creep.
Well, I thought Gavi was the resident creep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever he puts on a fedora.
I'm
I have bad news about that, by the way. The creeper
What?
count didn't survive the move
Oh,
back
no.
to the farm.
R.I.P.
Sorry.
Start a new one. It's fine.
There
Yeah.
you go.
We have it on video.
But we've
so
been
it's fine.
really good at keeping
Yeah, we
creeps.
figured it out. We don't need the creeper. count.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
This
think
will
we haven't
happen.
had any in months.
We
So
can make this happen.
I think the last creeper we had
Took us a
was
year.
the young boy who we educated about his diet.
Is it
Yeah,
Marco?
it only-
Is that his name?
Marco, yeah.
Months.
That was several months ago now.
Yeah, it was a
It
while
only
ago.
took us like a year to figure it out.
Just a year.
There's
It's
a
fine.
Kyla.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Say your line.
I don't know why it does that. I literally just have to restart the internet and it works just fine.
Weird.
So strange.
Okay, I'm gonna read my line now.
Okay.
I don't think we actually lost anyone this time.
Apart from Kyla in the hangout. Said Kyla in a questioning voice as she straightened her crown.
I think you're right.
Said Julie. There didn't seem to be any more dead people there than there had been a while ago, which was a relief. Garvey, are you doing all right? I asked him, as he just sort of stared at the ceiling, flat on his back like a fish that wasn't actually dead, but was preparing to suddenly flop around the minute someone touched him before flailing back into the water. Oh my god. A phenomenon which makes for great YouTube videos, but are not great trout dinners. That
guess
was the
I'll be
longest
gone.
sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, Nathan?
He said in a way that made me definitely believe that's exactly how he felt. He looked pretty As we all regrouped ourselves and took stock of the fact that none of us had died, the door swung open yet again, and Michael and Rhonda, not to be confused with Michael Easton, aka Lucy, aka an actual cartoon human who was currently two-dimensional, adhesed to the walls,
Like Paper Mario.
sauntered in. He was holding a to-go box from Panda Express, which was filled with orange chicken and had a large wooden handle sticking out of it. I looked closer at the handle. It looked instead of chopsticks or even a fork, Michael had been eating his chicken with the nail-pulling end of a hammer.
Oh, hey all. I'm almost done making the Chick-fil-A part of the food court tiny house group.
He said.
It's coming along pretty nicely.
Oh, the clock in Abby.
The
Since when do we have a food court?
Jay asked excitedly.
Well, with everyone dying, I've been kind of stressed, and when I get stressed, I eat things, but I don't cook, so I figured it would be easier to build a food court instead. You should see it. It's real nice. This is Gavi. I mean, I sure could use a distraction when some food.
Wheezed Garvey, who was still on the floor.
I wish Hannah was here to turn all the food kosher, though.
Am I not here?
Hannah asked, fiddling with her magic wand.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, let's go.
Said Garvey, grabbing the side of his dead wife's bathtub, which was still in the middle of the room, to pull himself up. Oh my god.
Poor Merrily.
Paula. No.
Come back.
Come back, Paula.
Paula's over it.
You're here. Damn it.
I'll read for Paula.
You get to read it.
Yeah, she's so tired.
Okay.
I nominate JT to read for Paula.
I'm in Paula's voice.
I can do Paula's voice.
Accent.
Yeah, do it a different voice. Not your own. This is a good line, though.
Come on.
Do it, do it.
What are you waiting for?
Can you see? No, I can't see Paula. I try to convince her.
No.
Okay, whatever.
Do it
you
for
read
the
it for her.
turn.
You can do it somewhere than Paula can. Do it, JD.
Okay, who can do it instead?
You do it.
No.
You do it.
If you don't do it, I'll read her with a southern accent.
I can't even do an American accent.
We should all just do weird accents.
Just read it normally, though. It's fine.
Is it really good time to be eating? We were just planning revenge, and now we're all about to go eat fast food. That seems irresponsible.
Said Paula, who was currently holding 13 cats.
Oh, I mean, Gabby said we can never be responsible enough. So why try? Besides, we have to celebrate not dying yet.
Said Laura.
She's got a point.
Abby said, pulling a cat off of Paula for herself. A general mumble of agreement went through the crowd of Arandonauts who had crammed themselves into my house.
Cool, let's go.
Said Michael, pulling his hammer out of his orange chicken and holding it up like a sword as he led everyone out of the door and into the snow.
Page 3 out of 15.
Yes, Nathan
I can
needs to
do
read
Marcus.
Marcus.
I am his brother.
long.
Okay.
Chapter 8, Tiny House Food Court Utopia.
When we all got outside, I almost laughed out loud, but I didn't because that's not very goth. Michael had built a food court around the outside of his tiny house, basically creating a parameter of fast food restaurants in a 10-foot radius. It was so him. I was so very proud of him.
This is like Disneyland.
Said Marcus, smiling very smilingly. He was so cute when he was excited about high fat and salt content in it. My precious little artist.
If Disneyland was sponsored by diabetes.
Who wants to be Elise?
I just read her, but I'll do it again.
Oh.
If Disneyland was sponsored by diabetes.
Mumbled Elise, patting some squirrels on the head as they ran past. Everyone split up and started grabbing food from the various stands. Steve looked distressed at the lack of healthy options, but seemed to be getting on okay with the Subway. I took a seat at the table out in the snow with a giant pizza. I didn't know that Domino's did food courts, but Michael had figured it out. Marcus sat down next to me. Who's crackling?
Who's crackling?
I think it's Julia.
Is it me? Oh,
Yep.
yes. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Marcus sat down next. Sorry, I can't concentrate. Marcus sat down next to me to eat, talking all about his art and making cute satins for cinema. Suddenly, there was a large howl by the highway. A giant black wolf was galloping towards all of us with a dark cloaked figure sitting on top of it. I swallowed a piece of pizza, sort of weird because I was scared, and I had to try really hard not to cough super loud because coughing super loud isn't very goth. Being scared isn't very goth either, but to be honest, I was definitely a little scared.
Ravi?
Is that the responsible guy?
Ruby whispered, standing on top of her Taco Bell burrito. Yep. That was almost as big as she was. My heart sunk. Laura, who was sitting across the table from Ruby, cracked a grin.
No, I don't think that's anybody we need to be too worried about.
She seemed pretty sure, but I was still worried. Marcus got up from his seat and ran up to where the giant wolf had stopped. I grabbed his hand as we got up, but he moved too fast. I didn't understand what he thought he was running towards. The dark figure jumped down off the wolf. He had a guitar strapped to his back and a black handkerchief across his face to protect him from the cold wind. It wasn't until he rolled up his sleeves a little bit that I recognized his super sick tattoos. But by then, he had uncovered his face also. So I saw that it was Nate. A giant wolf he had rode in on turned back to his cute little dog, Renly.
Nate!
Marcus shouted, tackling his brother into the snow in a giant hug. They were so precious together. My little video game nerd husband and my little video game nerd brother-in-law. That must have also explained why Laura recognized him and no one else did, since they were all married. Hey! Oh, wait. Go.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Nate said with a big old smile as he walked over to us.
Where's Callie? I need to show her this sick tune I've been working on and see if she knows how to mess with it to make it more rad.
An awkward silence fell over the people sitting at the picnic tables, which were, by the way, pretty deep in the snow. Somewhere in the background, Aaron started crying, kind of loudly.
Did something happen?
Nate said, slowly, looking pretty scared.
Honey, Kelly died. A lot of people have died today.
How? What's going on?
Nate asked, horrified. Yuki explained to him what had been going on in gory, not to be confused with gory, though sometimes it's sort of the same thing. Detail. By the end, several people were looking a little green and upset. Jay was actively throwing up into a paper bag that came with his McDonald's.
I'll be Yuki. So we don't know who's doing this or exactly why.
Yuki finished.
But we've decided we need to figure it out and stop it.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me. What is the cause here?
Nate said, looking angry.
Oh, please do enlighten us, since you know everything now.
Said Doc, who had been sitting too close to Jay and was now looking close to puking himself. Merrily splashed him for being rude.
Don't you see? This only started when Nyla showed up. She's the only one. She's the one who's murdering people.
Nate said, flipping his long floppy band cut hair out of his eyes.
Chapter 9. I am for sure not a murderer.
My heart completely sank when Nate told everyone I was murdering people. Sure, murder is super goth, but that doesn't mean I was actually going to do it. Besides, would I murder people that I love so much? It didn't make any sense.
You can't say that about Nyla!
Kyla shouted.
I mean, maybe he can.
Abby said slowly.
He has a point after all.
How could you say that, Abby?
Paula said, taking a step away from her wife very slowly with a pained expression on her face.
No, Abby is right. Abby is always right. If that's what Abby thinks, I trust her.
Todd said. The group broke out into a furious argument. Everyone took a side, family member against family member, over whether or not Nyla was the murderer. In the midst of it all, Michael sat cross-legged in the snow, still eating his Panda Express with a hammer.
That's very Michael.
So
Everyone shut up!
Came Victor's voice through a loudspeaker at the top of his tank, which was slowly rolling into the area.
If you don't stop arguing, I'm going to run over the Chick-fil-A and then around the circle till there's nothing left to get food.
Get that thing out of here!
Yelled Jay, who had been angrily fighting with Elise at a moment before. He swooshed his arm around and used his air bending to flip Victor's tank upside down and smashing most of the mechanism in the top.
look at the chat.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
What's happening in the chat?
What's going on?
Michael's watching.
Welcome.
Literally, I knew this. Oh my god. Hannah said it was going to be during the
I just died.
I say we continue.
Yeah,
What do you say?
For sure.
Oh my god.
Well, this is
All right, I guess I'll be Losi too.
Alright.
What the heck, Jay?
Losi exclaimed, using his flat cartoonness to sneak up inside the tank and pull Victor out. He wasn't hurt, but he was very upset about his tank being all crushed up.
It was definitely an accident.
Jay said, rolling his eyes.
I wouldn't ever hurt anyone on purpose.
It was obvious to everyone that he was totally lying.
Why would you do that? This thing is expensive.
Victor cried, powering up his laser eyes to shoot back at Jay.
Stop, please.
Garvey said, jumping into the middle of them.
Get out of the way, Garvey. I'm going to show this punk that he can't always take the moral high ground when lives are involved.
Jay said,
Fight me.
Garvey shouted.
Oh my god! Someone is crackling like crazy.
Julia crackling.
Julie! Maybe you should just mute yourself or something.
Yeah,
Julie.
until you have lines.
Oh,
Todd's here as well. What a party.
Oh my god. Alright.
I think the next line is you, Jay.
Yeah, JT, I think
Yeah.
you're. Oh, you know?
Yeah, I think it is Jay.
Oh, you
After
know,
fighting.
after waiting for years to fight you.
I know, we've even got a playlist for it.
Oh my god.
At that moment, Whitney whipped out her music playing powers and Oh Fortuna started playing. It was incredibly dramatic. My goth little heart couldn't take it anymore. Please, no more! I yelled at the top of my lungs. Yelling wasn't super goth, but I was really tired of all my friends trying to beat each other up, even though apparently some of them now wanted to execute me for murdering people, because that's still totally legal in Montana, by the way. Okay.
Good to know.
Jay and Garvey stopped arguing, but the music stopped. Everyone quieted down except for Victor, who was crying about his tank, and Aaron, who had still not stopped crying from earlier, who had probably also puked once or twice. What do you want me to do to prove that I didn't do this? I asked everyone, standing on the table.
What makes you think she's a murderer?
Asked Kyla, standing next to her.
She killed me,
said Abby.
Who's supposed to say
I think it's
that? Who
Kyla.
says that?
I think it's Kyla.
I got better.
Said Abby, looking confused at her own statement.
Kill her anyway!
Quiet! Quiet! Oh wait, I didn't
shouted Julie in the back.
Quiet! Quiet!
Ordered Kyla.
There are ways of knowing if she's a murderer.
Are there? What are they?
Asked Callie.
Tell me, what do you do with murderers?
Asked Kyla.
Burn them!
Yelled Aaron.
And what do you burn apart from murderers?
Asked Kyla again. Sorry, yelled Abby, who was met with dumbfounded stares.
Wood?
Oh, why do murderers burn?
Asked Kyla.
Because they're made out of wood?
Offered Paula, rolling her eyes because he knew exactly where this was going.
Yes.
Now, how do we tell if she's made out of wood?
Asked Kyla.
Does wood sink in water?
No, it floats. Throw her into the pond!
Yelled Elise.
The ponds are all frozen right now, but what also floats in water?
Said Kyla, looking irritated.
Apple. Oh. Bread, apples, very small rocks.
Said Yuki helpfully.
A duck?
Said Marcus, who had been thinking about drawing ducks.
Yeah, so logically, if she weighs the same as a duck, she's a...
Kyla concluded.
Who are you? Who are so wise in the ways of science?
I am Kyla, queen of the Arondana.
Oh, I'll be
entirely
Charlie.
unhelpful. Oh. Who's being Charlie?
I'll be her. This is an entirely unhelpful line of thinking. There are no ducks in Montana in the winter.
Polly said.
Besides, old satirical movies are not a good basis for a system of judiciary.
Wait, did people get the reference though?
Yes. I hope everyone got it, or we can't be friends.
I was just thankful I wasn't about to be thrown into a frozen pond. That sounded like not a ton of fun, and also being sopping wet and shivering wasn't very goth.
We should have some kind
What
of trial,
is goth,
maybe.
Said Scotty, who had turned back into a person after having turned into a horse to fight with Laura more effectively.
Oh. We don't really have any judges though, and any jury we would put together would be unconstitutional because everybody is biased.
Said Laura said, pulling out a copy of the German, American, and Arundel constitutions to compare them all.
Do I need prop? I can get a prop.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
Where are we?
It's still your.
No, we're at the Constitution.
The Constitution says.
She started, continuing to talk while people just started shouting over her.
I guess we could do it Town of Salem style?
Suggested Callie.
Except that would involve more people dying and stuff, and also the person who's killing people to actually cooperate and only kill one person every night and all.
That's not a good bet. Plus, people die. Plus, we're not even sure that the person who's murdering people is even here.
Said Revy.
Okay, here's what's making sense to me.
Yuki said, jumping onto the table next to me.
We have no solid evidence that Nyla is the murderer. We do know, however, that the murderer started the literal hour she showed up in Arundel. That's unlikely to be a total coincidence. We need to have an investigation and trial of some kind. That's obvious. So we can't be rude about it. Who wants to be Samina?
I'll be Samina. If only you had all listened to me.
Samina mumbled just loud enough so that I and a few people around her could hear.
Did he?
We listen, but if we never did anything that scared us, we would never do anything at all.
Said Paula softly nearby.
I still think she's killing people.
Abby said a little louder. Paula smacked her in the ribs.
Who's this?
Paula still.
Yeah.
Samina, have you seen anything else recently?
I know that the person whose shoes are going to get stolen is Gabby. That's all the clarity I've gotten on any previous visions.
Why me?
Garvey yelled, understandably upset after the very difficult day he'd had.
I'm just gonna stop wearing shoes when I go to Hannah and Jay's house then. This is ridiculous.
What I'm trying to say is, I've had the vision of the scary dark person and the dead people several times now, but it hasn't ever changed. I have no new information, no guesses, no nothing.
Samina said.
You guys are on your own with this in terms of psychic help.
You guys.
Laura suddenly shouted, pointing at the mountain across the way. We all turned to look. A massive dark mass was rolling down the side of the mountain very, very quickly, headed straight for us. We didn't even have time to move before it hit and surrounded all of us. I couldn't see anything.
Responsible voices of reason must not be allowed to prevail here.
The dark, scary voice with an echo we had all come to dread said.
How will you ever learn to be responsible if other people are doing the hard thinking for you?
Why do we?
The cloudy dark mass then left as quickly as it came, and we watched it roll out into the river. It took me a minute to register that Yuki, who had been standing next to me on the table, was now slumped down at my feet, except her head was not exactly connected to her body. Oh my god. It was super goth, but I was horrified, and I screamed super loud. There was a lot of screaming, some of it over Yuki, but some of it over other people who were further away. I jumped off the table and made a run for my house, jumping over Victor's severely burned up body as I went.
JT.
I shouldn't have ruined his tank. He was so sad.
I heard Jay sobbing as I went past. Once I got into my house, I peeked out the window to see who else had been killed. In addition to Yuki and Victor, it seemed that both Laura and Paula were dead. Hannah was an absolute wreck. All of her daughters were gone. I don't think Jay had noticed yet. He was too upset over Victor. I walked away from the window because I didn't want to see that realization happened.
Look, she ran away.
Shouted Abby.
Ran away after she killed the people we love.
Her voice rang through the valley. I went to my room and buried my head under my pillow until the noise stopped. Unfortunately, this resulted in me taking an accidental and very irresponsible nap.
But how goth was it?
That's a real question.
Yeah.
Chapter 10. Hannah writes gratuitously about herself because she can. Sorry about it.
When I finally woke up, I checked the clock and sat straight up in bed. It was almost 20 hours later. I had slept for an excessively long amount of time. It also looked like someone had come and tucked me into bed, since I was pretty sure I had fallen asleep on top of the covers. And I know I was under them. Oh, and now I was under them. Probably Marcus. He was so sweet. I got up and got ready. But even then, I wasn't quite prepared for that, to go outside and face the world yet. It was mid-afternoon, and I felt like I'd been punched in the face 100 times. I felt super goth. I wandered around the inside of the house, looking at the art on the walls that Marcus had obviously drawn. Life should have been so good when I got to Arundel, but it seemed like I had brought some kind of horrible problem with me. I came across a notebook on a shelf that had Nyla ideas scrawled on the front in loopy handwriting that I recognized as my cute husband's. He was so cute. I flipped the notebook open to the first page. It was a resketch of that first drawing of us flirting at the bar that you'd made on a stream one time. I smiled really big because right then I didn't care if I was super goth or not. I kept flipping through the notebook. The pictures were cuter and cuter. Then I noticed that some of them had started moving. There was a cute little picture of us playing soccer together. Football together.
Yeah,
and
I was about to
figures. The figures had started running along with the ball, moving closer and closer towards the ball. On the next page, we were at the fireworks show, and the explosions were so sparkly. I was amazed. Does Marcus actually have powers I didn't know about? I whispered to myself.
Nope, sorry, that's just me.
Came a voice from behind me. I jumped about 3 feet, 91.44 centimeters, into the air and whipped around. It was Hannah. Are you here to kill me? I asked, backing into a corner. She must have been so angry at what happened, but I didn't think she would have broken into my house.
No.
She said, looking very sad.
Not at all. I don't believe that this is your fault. Well, not entirely.
I scrunched my face up really tight at that. Not entirely?
I mean, I don't think that you're directly responsible, if you'll forgive me using that word.
She said, almost laughing.
Mostly, I wanted to check and make sure you're okay. I'm a fairy godmother, so checking up on this young woman is kind of my thing. Marcus said you'd been asleep for a long time, but he's out boxing a tree or something, so I thought I would come by. When I saw you looking at the drawings, I couldn't help myself. It's just too fun to do simple things like that.
I appreciate it, I guess. I don't think I'm totally all right, but I'm probably more all right than you are.
I mean, I haven't had people blaming me for killing people that I didn't in the last 24 hours. That's not something fun to have snapped on yet.
I need people to understand that I wouldn't ever do this. Why doesn't anyone believe me?
I mean, the full body black and the scary teeth don't exactly help your case, but that's sort of just the way it is. You have to admit, though, whoever is doing this must have timed it to make sure that they could blame you. It's too close for a coincidence.
I nodded. But who would want to frame me for something like this? I don't have any enemies around here that I'm aware of. Or maybe the scary, responsible people person just knows that I'm a central and very important fixture of this community and decided to destabilize it to get rid of me. Maybe it's Nate. He's like new and stuff, and maybe he resents me for being the original Arandonaut, but not recruiting him earlier.
I thought that for a bit at first too, but I don't think he'd go out and kill his own wife in the process. If you look at the family tree, it doesn't make much sense what's going on. There aren't any clues or patterns to be found in the whole mess. But listen, Nyla, I've been talking to Gavi, and we think we might have an idea.
Hannah, you know that Gavi's crazy, right?
I know that everyone thinks Gavi's crazy, but if you listen to his actual stories, it's too coherent to be just craziness. We have a plan. It all came together last night. In Gavi's dream, Nick was missing, just like he's been missing here. Then Samina had a vision of Nick being stuck somewhere. No details as per usual, but it all connects. We have to find him, but we have a theory that he's only in one universe.
One universe?
Yeah, Gavi travels between universes when he sleeps. He lives a day, and then when he goes to bed, he lives the same day in the other universe. It makes sense if you think about it. We're still getting a real plan together for when you get to the other side, but we're going to send you and Gavi back over to the other universe to go rescue Nick. It's possibly the only hope we have. Save Nick, save everyone.
Nyla.
Did we lose Nyla?
No! Well, I guess this is an intermission. I know she's back. She's back. It's fine. She's back.
She's back.
Okay, no dramas.
The panic.
What a panic.
Okay, wait, did you read up to Save Everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I was bewildered as to how they came up with this plan. It seemed like they had just slapped it together out of a poorly constructed fan fiction writing at 1 a.m. Like it was too full of plot holes to ever really make sense. Like it was more or less a means to an end to move the story forward after running out of ideas. But knowing how you want the story to end up, wow, I think Hannah's going crazy. I had no choice but to go along with it, almost like I was a bad characterization of someone who actually has the free agency in real life, but on paper to do whatever the author wants me to do.
Got real meta there.
Yeah. Chapter 11, Betrayal and Some Really Rude Executive Decisions.
Sounds like someone's gonna die.
When do we do this? I asked, scared but determined.
Tonight. It's a full moon, which, according to Gavi, is when his dreams are the most intense. I'm hoping that means it's the closest the universes are together, so it should be easier to transport you through with him somehow.
Abby, but
Hannah said, twirling her magic wand around. But how do I trust that this will even work? Nate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because you know it will.
Chimed Marcus, who had just popped into the room all sweaty and covered in sweat and also wearing his boxing gloves.
It's going to be so great, and you're going to save everyone.
He gave me a big, super sweaty hug, and I was just like, oh, but I was also really glad that I was wearing all leather so I could just use a disinfectant wipe to get all the sweat off my clothes because, ew.
Nothing's going to work at all, ever.
Came another person who had just walked into the room who was actually Nate. He was holding a pitchfork in one hand and a guitar in the other. Abby, Elise, and Aaron filed in after him, all holding pitchforks.
Nyla, by the laws of the Constitution of Arundel, in which we stole from Laura's dead body and rewrote, because she's the only one who knows what the Constitution actually says, we're putting you under arrest to be executed at sunset. Sorry, Nyla.
Actually, oh wait, sorry, that's Abby.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what the actual Constitution originally said. Kyla wrote most of it.
Abby added.
We just assumed we were never going to need to invoke the Merc and get murked clause.
Regardless, you're coming with us.
Nate said, grabbing my arm and dragging me out of the house.
I'm combating myself. You can't do that.
Marcus yelled, running after me.
You can't kill my wife.
Abby turned around and made some weird hand motions, and suddenly like 90 cats jumped on top of Marcus. They didn't scratch him or anything, but when you have 98-pound, 3.62874 kg cats on you, your hopes of moving anywhere really fast are pretty slim. I screamed as I got dragged out of the house into the snow where they had put me in an actual set of stocks. Where did you even get this? I asked as they clapped the board over my head.
Michael built it.
Nate said matter-of-factly as he locked me in.
They didn't tell me what they were going to use it for.
Said Michael, who was standing nearby eating a burrito bowl.
You think you can get away with killing off my wife? That was a big, big mistake, Nyla.
Nate said, looking like maybe he would have cried, except he had committed to being mean right now. As much as I wanted to punch him in the teeth, I super respected his commitment to being goth right then. I must not have looked very goth. Stocks are more steampunk and less goth. That was more Callie's aesthetic. So what now? I asked. Do I just have to wait till sunset and then just die? Or like, do I get a last meal or a trial or what?
We haven't super decided on that yet,
said Julie, looking very upset also.
Probably you're just going to stay here. No point in really giving you a trial since there's no actual evidence against you other than the fact that we're all pretty sure.
Well, Nyla, but it looks like she's no.
She got
We
food.
believe in you.
This is so sad.
Okay.
2 pages.
Oh,
Nyla's back.
she's back.
Why? Why?
We're so close. We're so close to the end.
Where am I? Where am I?
We're at the very top of page 13. It appeared.
Okay. It appeared that in the amount of time I had been asleep, Nate and Abby had been able to win most people over to their side. Everyone else was either on or in other sets of stocks or nowhere to be found. Hannah and Garby were notably missing, which was concerning. Marcus started to work his way out from under a pile of cats, but I didn't have much hope for him being able to do anything about it. He was too nice. I sort of tootled my way in my time away until it was about sunset. Various members of the community took shifts watching me, so I chatted a little with them. They all thought I had been killing people, but I still got along with them, which was a neat thing to have happen. It could have been a lot more boring waiting to be executed. Also, no one else told me how exactly they were going to execute me, which was a cause for concern also. As the sun set, everyone got together around where I was locked into the stocks. I was pretty stiff and tired by then. Losty took the stage.
We are gathered here today to witness the execution of Nyla Tottenham Hotspur Vlogosaurus Khan, who stands accused of murdering several people, all of whom are near and dear to the hearts of this community. We must not let her strike again, and for that we must kill her, even though she's way awesome otherwise.
Nyla, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Well, I didn't kill anyone, and also the other day, and also the other people who are locked up going to be executed too. I looked down the row. Kyla and Jay were also in stocks. Apparently, they were the only two people who hadn't turned on me, aside from Hannah and Garvey, who were still not around, and Marcus, who was still under a pile of cats. I think he'd given up and resigned himself to his fate. I didn't blame him.
Probably not, but we'll see. If more people die, then maybe.
Merrily said.
Any last words?
Nate said, stepping up to me with a big axe that was shaped like a guitar.
Why me?
Are you actually gonna chop my head off with that thing? I asked, horrified.
Those are the worst last words ever.
He said, getting ready to swing. Just then, the sun popped out of sight, and the full moon shined super bright in the sky. There was this sudden deep roaring happening under the pile of cats. That were flopped on top of my husband. Suddenly, a huge werewolf exploded out of the cat pile. My jaw dropped. Marcus is a werewolf?
Chapter 12, My Husband the Werewolf.
I was so confused and so surprised, but also, how hot is it to have a husband that's a werewolf? That surprise turned into fear pretty quickly, though, when I realized that my husband was chasing all of my friends around and trying to eat them. Sure, they were all intent on killing me, but I still didn't want them to get eaten. That wasn't super cool.
Good thing I'm dead.
Jake.
No,
this is
No,
still
it's Nyla.
Oh, soz. What the heck is going on? I asked Jay, who had taken the opportunity of everyone being super distracted to blow icy air onto the locks until he could break free, and had moved on to freeing Kyla and I.
I mean, it's a full moon. Apparently, it's a werewolf. It happens.
Jay said, having trouble with my locks. But Renly didn't change into a wolf.
Renly is a dog that changes into a wolf, not a werewolf.
But Laura didn't change on the full moon.
What?
She's a twilight werewolf. They're different. It's definitely Maya making up weird crap and stuff in her.
How did he become a werewolf exactly?
I forgot about that one.
I know literally as much about it as you do now. Please stop moving your making freeing very, very difficult.
I stopped freaking out for half a second so that Jay could finish getting me out of the stocks. Now what? I asked. He shrugged.
Nyla! Nyla!
Garvey screamed, running towards me as fast as his legs could carry him. Hannah was running after him, his eyes locked on Marcus so that two of them weren't seen.
Nyla, I'm so glad you're free. We're going to fix this. Hannah is going to magically knock me out and then transport the portal to the other universe out of my brain so that you can go through it too. We're going to find Nick, and only your twin connection will be able to locate him.
Garvey said, out of breath. Are you sure this will work? I asked, worried deeply about how well thought out the plot of the story was. Hannah and Garvey looked at each other and then back at me.
Nope.
They said in unison. That was amazing.
But it's our only chance, and we have to hurry.
Garvey said, dodging a screaming Julie and then a growling Marcus as a giant werewolf chased the little crowd around in circles. Okay, let's do this, I guess, I said, feeling utterly unprepared.
Perfect. Gavi, are you ready?
Hannah asked. Garvey nodded, and she thunked him over the head with her magic wand, and then she pulled what looked like a big blue swirling vortex out of his head.
Go!
She yelled, shoving me through the portal. As soon as I was inside, I started to fall.
Good luck!
Shouted Paula, poking her head in. Her face was the last thing I saw, and that of that world before I suddenly hit the ground, back first with a loud thud that knocked the wind out of me. I gasped and sat up, finding myself lying on the floor. I looked around and discovered that I was in a kitchen. I was incredibly disorientated. I heard running feet, and then Garvey more or less slid into the room.
Nyla, you made it. It worked.
He said, almost shouting. I stood up. What's going on? I asked.
Oh, who's Ariella?
I want to be Ariella.
Yeah, what is going on?
A voice said around the corner. The coolest woman ever walked into the room, looking bewildered, but also not surprised. Garvey smiled really big.
Nyla, this is my wife, Ariella.
Dun dun dun!
Who else lives? Who else dies? Will Nyla and Garvey find Nick in the parallel universe? Will Marcus murder everyone in the Arondaville universe with his werewolf teeth? Will Michael ever find a fork? Will the murderer ever be discovered? Tune in next month for what will hopefully be the last installment of the untitled Arondaville fanfic.
Oh my god!
That was great. That was so good.
I'm sorry, Nyla. I tried to kill you.
I know. I feel so bad.
I'm not mad at you guys.
You're like all trying to kill her.
None of you trust me.
Unfortunately, Hannah jumped off a bridge, so...
Don't be sorry. You're avenging me.
I only wanted to be a killer and Clue. Just to be
I'm gonna have to get off again, so if someone can sign back into the...
I was so confused about the werewolf, but I don't think Hannah wants to come back.
Oh, I think she killed herself after what happened.
Jumped up.
Is Michael still there?
I need to go to bed.
I will head.
Okay, good night.
Good
Night, Julie.
I just want to put out a PSA instead of, in case of any of the cinema crew still watching, that this is
Right?
not
This
Like,
is not
how
to be taken
many of them?
seriously, like at all. This is a massive joke.
This is not
So
a
terrible.
But how many people are watching behind that username?
Oh, Hannah
know.
didn't kill herself.
She's not gonna show her face.
What's up, Hannah?
That was.
My favorite
I like.
part.
Did you hear me gasp towards the end? Because I read ahead like 5 lines and I saw that Ariella was showing up and I like literally gasped.
Oh dear.
Next time to read her lines.
I'm really.
In my defense, it was literally 2 a.m. when I was writing the last couple chapters, so I was like,
Yeah,
you know what? Screw
You
it.
said that in the
I'm just
story.
gonna write like an entire
You're
chapter
aware.
of me talking, even though I'm not going to be there. It'll be great.
I'm
Why
really
am I so mean?
Ridiculous.
I'm glad that at least in your story, I'm the pol sci major.
Well, you're always talking about the Constitution.
Hannah
so-
Take Me and just started playing. Sorry.
What just started playing?
A thing Hannah Take Me in on Facebook. It just started playing.
I didn't actually watch it because I was trying to listen to you guys, but I knew that you would like it. So.
I want to watch it.
Is it
Right.
either?
We'll be back in a bit. I gotta walk my dog.
Yay!
Bye.
Say hi to Renly.
I will.
Don't execute anybody while you're doing it.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. With your awesome guitar axe.
Well, I'm
You don't have to worry
alive,
about it
so
in this universe.
yeah, I'm
Alright,
alive.
someone-
Don't have to revenge anybody.
Can someone switch out? Is he? Oh.
Like Kyla.
Kyla.
I was watching a video.
Kyla! Kyla! My favorite line was, "Are you really gonna kill me with that thing?" Those are terrible last words.
What do you want from me? I'm trying to watch Zac Efron.
Which is a
I was
very
about to-
important.
I
Abby
was
needs-
about to say, if Hannah tagged Kyla in something, it's either shotless like Efron or like pineapples.
Fair guess.
Guys, it's 6 o'clock.
Ah, the
6 o'clock.
I love that
It's
clock.
still late over
I'm
there.
gonna miss that, the sound of that clock.
Yeah.
favorite-
Well, that's one person.
My favorite part was just Michael eating stuff in the background and not finding a fork.
I know.
Yes.
What did
love his
Michael's famous
comment.
words were? This is super unrealistic. I never sit cross-legged. Yeah, this is very unrealistic. I don't sit cross-legged.
I just really desperately hope that he was not there for more than about 2 seconds.
Yeah, but what if he was? And what if he's not the only person watching behind
What
that?
if he's
What if he's in the
still there?
office? What if?
Todd commented on it too, so he at
Yeah,
least saw
Todd
it.
was here for a hot second.
Todd was
What
on
if
my
it's not
still
just
here.
them two?
Maybe they're just in shock, just sitting watching in shock.
Of
What if
all
there
the
was a
times,
werewolf watching?
of all the times.
If I ever meet
That's what
Michael,
I'm
I'm just
saying,
never
Gabby.
going to be able to like look him in the eye. It's going to be
all-
so upsetting.
We've been doing this for a year, and
Yeah,
the
I'm
time
not
he
responsible
decides
for
to
any of
turn
this,
in. We've been doing
Okay,
this for over
Exactly.
a year.
I need to leave. I'm sorry.
Kyla.
Kyla, we need you
check
to
your
get
account.
on
God.
to get on the account. Kyla.
Earth to Kyla.
She's dying
She's
from
dying?
that video.
Oh my god.
It's Zac
It was
Efron.
pretty good. Like,
Kyla.
Wait, let's 4-part harmony in.
He's currently incapacitated.
I can't sing.
No one. Here, I can't sing either, but I choose to nonetheless.
Kyla, I just want you to know that this is why Facebook video is where the money's at.
Oh my god, wait.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Oh my god.
What did you just
Are you
I didn't
crying?
know that this was going to be the effect.
What have you done, Hannah?
What Zac Efron video is this?
Okay, do I have you on Facebook?
No, but you can.
I heard the audio.
Tag people in this because you need to. Who wants to watch this?
I want to.
Is it
Swap your account first, Kyla.
Yeah.
Oh,
swap
what?
it.
You need to swap with Abby. She needs to go now.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
All right, Kyla, I just sent you a friend request. I'm gonna be right back.
So quiet. Don't talk until Kylie gets back.
You broke the rules.
Oh god damn it.
Chipmunk Zac Efron over there.
Is that what it is?
It sounds like it.
Who wants to see this? I'm tagging people now.
Everyone. Me too.
I'll be in the comments or in the chat. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Make good choices.
Says the right person.
Who else in here wants to
What?
see this? Laura?
Rabby.
I think you should tag JT and Paula in it just because. So they can see what they're missing out on.
Okay. Right. No. Oh my god. Okay. And Paula. Okay. Am I miss? Not Paula Dean. Jesus Christ. Okay. Am I missing? I have Hannah. Nyla doesn't have Facebook. Okay. Okay. Got everyone.
How am I supposed to tag you in memes if you don't have a Facebook, Nyla?
I know, right?
It's like it's a pretty frequent frustration of mine. I'm like, I want to tag Nyla in this, but I can't.
I need Nyla to get Facebook.
Like literally, all I need is for you to have a Facebook to tag memes. You don't have to post anything. You don't have to do it. You just have to have notifications on, so it tells you when I've tagged you in something, so you can look.
Oh my god, I know this. I know this.
Now you know why I was dying.
It's echoey.
Me and my sisters watched this movie the other night. It was great.
I saw your Snapchats.
Yeah. A+.
Oh my god.
Right.
All of Zac Efron's solo songs are just beautiful, but the choreography on Bet on It is just like
it's the worst thing in the entire world.
I'm still really mad that Hannah watched them with her sisters without me being there. I know it's physically not possible, but somebody watching High School Musical without me
It was also like
not
3
acceptable.
a.m. your time when we were watching it.
It used to be on TV all the time. Used to be on TV all the time, so I've seen it like a couple thousand times probably.
Mm-hmm.
I literally learned English with this movie.
great.
It's the best thing I've ever heard.
Like, I remember sitting in front of the TV with like the sing-along version on and a dictionary in like 2nd grade. And like, because like,
oh, you're so young. Oh,
I'm just thinking, I'm like 2nd grade. Come out till I was
maybe
5th.
I know. I remember, like, me and my friends had a sleepover, and we thought we were so cool because we'd all just turned like 10, 11 years old. We were like, yeah, we're awesome.
My sisters and I had a High School Musical watching party. I remember sitting on the couch, and we like turned it on. It was like, oh my god. And for High School Musical 2, we invited our friends over here, and we had a legit High School Musical 2 party for the premiere on Disney Channel.
That's amazing. See, I was the kid that I was not excited for it, and like I hated those movies for ages until I was probably about 16, and then one of them came on, and I was like, "Dude, this is amazing."
They're the best decoms ever.
Okay, so I just looked it up. The movie came out in 2007, so I was in 3rd grade.
Wow. Wait, 2007?
Not 2000.
Yeah.
2002. It must.
Yeah, I was talking about High School
2006 because I was in 5th grade. It was not.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
But the
I was still in
DVD came
California
out
when that
in
happened.
2007. I'm talking about sitting like with the DVD.
Oh, DVDs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it premiering on Disney Channel.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. I was in Germany in 2007. I wasn't cool enough to have Disney Channel.
The Sims 2 came out in 2007.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, because they dubbed the whole movie, but they didn't dub the songs, obviously. So, like, they were talking in German.
And then they sang in English.
Okay, I finished it. That was amazing.
Given that the songs are like an extension of the plot, was frustrating to me. Because I was like, but what are they saying? So I was sitting there with a dictionary and like my dad's limited English knowledge and like translating.
Yo,
I
I
know
went
thing-
hard on High School Musical. That was my thing.
I just
had
want to
the-
watch High School Musical now.
Yes.